Hey YouTubers, hey, a lot of you have asked about my setup um, in playing addictive drums with my Yamaha DTxtreme 2S, and I thought it'd be easiest to show you a little video, and I'll try and quickly go through here and show you the overview of how I'm set up. Essentially, I've got addictive drums running in here. This is version 1. And I'm running it in GarageBand 11, as you can see. I added it as a virtual instrument. Once you get in there, you can get into the edit software instrument, and then get into the sound generator, and you'll see the addictive drums interface. Now, as you can see, I've got my USB cable here, and it's coming all the way over here to the back of my DTxtreme 2S module. Standard USB cable. This is more like a printer USB cable, the square, almost square type instead of the rectangular. Anyhow, so that leads to my DTxtreme 2S, which, by the way, does accept dual pedal, as you can see down there. I've got a dual pedal, even though that bass pad is quite small. You can get a dual pedal on there. So back to the module. I created a user patch or kit, whatever you want to call it, and basically tweaked it all from there. And if I go into the trigger settings, you'll see some of the most important settings I've got. If I go back to the snare here, most all of these are set to gain 32 and velocity curve of 3. If I hit around the different pads, you can see most all of them are set that way. My bass pedal has some response issues to it, so I've kicked up the gain a little bit on that one to 45. Anyhow, in addition to that, there's an adjustment on the back of these pads. If you can see that little adjustment, I know it's kind of blurry, but I crank that all the way up. That's also a gain setting for the pad. I crank that all the way up and then back it off just slightly, and that helps with some of the false triggers. So gain's not totally maxed out. It is in the module. In fact, if I page down here, you'll see that I've got the levels and velocities cranked all the way. 0 to 100% on the level and 0 to 127 on velocity. So I can get, very light taps all the way to the heaviest stuff. I mean, the big dynamic range is what you're looking for, because that's what real drums have, and you'll never get as good as the dynamic range of a real drum on these kits, but it's not bad. It makes the playing much more natural. You don't get the machine gun effect if you have your settings too narrow set up towards the high end. You don't get any of the small taps or ghost notes and stuff. So that's really the key to good dynamics on these things. And of course, Addictive Drums sounds fantastic. They did multiple samples of the drums, so you don't just get the same sample over and over, which really improves the natural sound of all of it. So anyhow, hope this helps you guys. Hope you have a blast, and just wanted to say this is straight into GarageBand. There's no additional software like you have to do with Windows to get rid of latency. I get no perceivable latency with this setup. So a lot of fun. Have a good time. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all your comments. Have a good one.